I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement.
Hi, Poppies! How have you been? I hope that you have been doing your activities, right? So, today we're going to check a reading. And let's start. This is the vocabulary. America's founder is Benjamin Franklin. Printer is a person whose job or business is commercial printing. Apprentice, a person who's learning a trade from a skilled employer, having agreed to work for a fixed period at low wage. Soap, a substance used with water for washing and cleaning, made of a compound of natural oils or fats with sodium hydroxide or another strong alkali, and typically having perfume and coloring added. Candle, a cylinder or block of wax or tallow with a central wick that is lit to produce light as it burns. Shop, a building or a part of a building where goods or services are sold. A store. Journey, travel somewhere. Skill, having or showing the knowledge, ability, or training to perform a certain activity or task well. Press is a machine that applies pressure to a workpiece by means of a tool in order to punch shapes. Purchase, acquire something by paying for it. Thrive, prosper or flourish. Cartoon, a simple drawing showing the features of its subjects in humorously exaggerated way, especially a satirical ones in a newspaper or magazine. Smallpox, an acute contagious viral disease with fever and pustules usually leaving permanent scars. It was effectively eradicated through vaccination by 1979. Vaccine, a substance used to stimulate the production of antibodies and provide immunity against one or several diseases, prepared from the causative agent of a disease. Its products, or a synthetic substitute, try to act as an antigen without inducing the disease. Disease is a disorder or structural function in a human, animal, or plant, especially one that produces specific signs or symptoms, or the defects are a specific location and is not simply a direct result of physical injury. Inoculation, the action of inoculating or being inoculated. Vaccination. Fabric, cloth produced by weaving or knitting textile fibers. Struggle, make forceful or violent efforts to get free or restraint of constriction. Wealthy, having a great deal of money, resources, or assets. Rich. Currency, a system of money in general use in a particular country. Wise, having or showing experience, knowledge, and a good judgment. Citizen, a legally recognized subject or national of a state or commonwealth, either native or naturalized. Argue, give reasons or cite evidence in support of an idea, action, or theory, typically with the aim of persuading others to share one's view. Launch, send a missile, satellite, or a spacecraft on its course into orbit, or set a boat in motion by pushing it or allowing it to roll into the water. Improve. Make or become better. Sailor. A person whose job is to work as a member of the crew of a commercial or naval ship, especially one who is below the rank of officer. Fin. A flattened appendage from various parts of the body of many aquatic vertebrates and some invertebrates, including fish and cetaceans, used for propelling, steering, and balancing. Fireplace. A place for a domestic fire, especially a grate of hearth at the base of a chimney. Wood. The hard fibrous material that forms the main substance of the trunk or branches of a tree of shrub, used for fuel of timber. Bifocal. A pair of eyeglasses having lenses with two parts with different focal lengths. Now let's talk about America's founder, Benjamin Franklin. This text is about Benjamin Franklin. He was an inventor, a printer, a writer, and philosopher, and a political leader. He was born in Massachusetts. When he was young, he started to work, and due to they were poor, he had to leave his education. He became an apprentice at the age of 12. When he was 17, he went to New York. Then he moved to Pennsylvania, where he met his future wife. He started to work there, but he was such a good printer that the governor promised to buy a printing press for him to start his own printing. He had to go to England to buy the presses, but he didn't have money, so that he had to work to earn enough money to return. In 1729, he bought a newspaper and he started to write political articles. In 1930, he got married and his first son died due to smallpox, and he decided to promote inoculation to avoid the diseases. In 1733, Franklin printed the Poor Richard's Almanac. He was an active citizen of Philadelphia. He wanted people to have education, and he suggested that people combine their money and buy books to share. In 1731, he helped launch the Library Company, and it became the first subscription library. Thank you for paying attention. That's all for today, and see you tomorrow. Have a nice day.
I never made it, but I know what it